undefeated.
What up, YouTube? So today I'm gonna do a video that John Boxing asked me to do, and it's basically my thoughts on Shawn Porter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right. And before I get started, just want to say thank you, John Boxing. This is actually a good topic. I used when I first started my page, I did a couple videos like this about other fighters. Haven't done it in a while, and I never did it on Shawn Porter. So I think this would be, this is a good topic, especially when there's not a whole lot of anything actually happening in boxing right now, other than things I've already covered. So as far as Shawn Porter is concerned, I think he's a good fighter. I really like him. He is a bit one-dimensional, but the things that he does do, he tends to do well. He was able to take the title away from Devin Alexander, and he had that beautiful knockout on Paulie Malignaggi, and he's definitely proven that he is a force to be reckoned with in the welterweight division. Now, like I said before, he is a bit one-dimensional. He has a bad tendency to smother his own punches, and I don't think he has a questionable chin. I will say that I think he has a questionable ring IQ. That's what I attribute that knockdown in the 12th round against Adrian Broner. I think that it was just poor ring IQ. You could say, well, that could happen to anybody, which is true. But then you got to take a look at the Kell Brook fight and the fact that he couldn't make any adjustments. He didn't make the proper adjustments to do what he needed to do to win. And that's why I say that he doesn't have, or that he has a questionable ring IQ. Not saying that his ring IQ is low, but when you're talking about the elite level, it's not where it should be. And I think he tends to compensate that with the bullying. But what happens when you're fighting a fighter that you can't bully? Well, you're going to have to be smarter than them. And I just don't think that he has that. So those are my thoughts on Shawn Porter himself. The biggest thing that I don't like about Shawn Porter is his dad. Now, unlike most other people in the YTBC, I do like Kenny Porter. I just don't like some of the things that he does. Ellie Setback does these interviews, and you could tell he does he'll do many interviews in one sitting, but he breaks them up into little mini interviews. So it'll seem like when he's doing Shawn Porter's interviews, there'll be 3 Shawn Porter interviews and 18 Kenny Porter interviews. And that's just the truth. And, I think that Kenny Porter, he's just more outspoken than Shawn Porter, but he needs to let his son spread his wings and speak a little, not a little bit more, a whole lot more. And I just think the perception of his son will be a whole lot better, especially being that his son is a great guy. He doesn't talk shit about anybody, even when they are about him. And, like in the case of Adrian Broner was talking all kinds of trash. And when they would go to interview Shawn Porter, what would he do? He would say, that's cool. He can, if he wants to talk that stuff, he can. I'm just going to, show him respect, but I'll do all my talking in the ring. You got to love that attitude. So I really do like Shawn Porter, and I'm going to say this, when the Shawn Porter-Keith Thurman fight does happen, yes, I'm going for Keith Thurman. Yes, I want Keith Thurman to win, and yes, I am picking Keith Thurman to win. However, I want him to win the right way. I don't want him to win by robbery. If Shawn Porter were to beat Keith Thurman, I would want Shawn Porter to get the win. And that's just the way that it is. So I almost had a Coach Shelton Harrison moment right there. But anyways, those are my thoughts on Sean Porter. Biggest problem is his dad, or outside of the ring at least, and then biggest problem in the ring is, I really think, is that ring IQ, which is probably also what causes him to smother his own punches. But on a side note, as far as Kenny Porter is concerned, I do wish that he would have a little bit more compassion on Keith Thurman. I understand wanting to have proof. I understand not wanting to be swindled, but at the same time, you know, I'll say this: Kenny Porter, you could tell, definitely loves Sean Porter. He loves his son. But what he needs to realize is, just like he loves his son's opponents has a father, has a mother. You know, these guys have sisters, brothers, girlfriends, wives, children that love them. So I just wish Kenny Porter would be a little bit more compassionate. I think he is a good guy. I think he has the best intentions. I just think that he is, very misguided in the way that he handles his son's career. I think he needs to let his son take the reins. And then, of course, you should be able to do interviews, but be a little bit less vocal. And, if you feel like you're being interviewed a little bit too much, just say, hey, I think you need to be asking Sean some of these questions. Nothing wrong with that. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Y'all have a good day.
Undefeated.